Hello, Hot Vibes, and welcome back to our recap of Your Sky, episode 9.
Yes, this was more fluff than anything.
This was very fluff for Teerak and Muenfah, which makes sense, because now that they're together, they're in, like, the fluff era.
It was fluff and it was hot damn.
It was fluff, hot damn, and the other couple was not fluff.
And a little
hot
bit
damn.
of tea. Yeah,
it was
a little
just,
bit of drama.
It was drama and angst there.
Yeah. One of the couples was going through it, I will say.
Yes. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. We already did our weekly recap, so we can just jump right in.
I know, I'm so used to doing it here, I'm like, we're missing something.
I know, I'm like, oh, you can just jump right in. If you haven't listened to our next Prince, if you want to know how our weeks were, you can go listen to the beginning of that.
Actually, I do want to mention, because I forgot to mention during the next Prince, something that did happen this week. The official full trailer was released for The Old Guard 2.
I saw that on YouTube, but I did not watch it.
I immediately, I didn't see it. It did not recommend it to me on YouTube, which, rude.
Me, which was kind of weird.
I know, rude. Him and not me? Do you know who I am? But, I still have to read the other two, volumes of the graphic novel, but I was just, scrolling on my Google News, I swiped left just to scroll, and it was here's an interview from Charlize Theron about The Old Guard 2, trailer to drop tomorrow, and it said 1 day ago on the article. I was like, that's today! Well, today's tomorrow! Oh my god! So I went on YouTube and I searched it and it was there. I was like, ah! So oh my god, it looks fucking awesome. It looks, oh my god! I'm not gonna speak about it too much. I just want to say, guys, it looks fucking awesome. And there's a character in it. I'm not entirely sure if she's in the graphic novel. I have to read it to know for sure. I did see a couple of scenes in there where I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is at the beginning of the second one. But there's a character who's apparently the first immortal in it, and it's played by Uma Thurman, who we saw in Red, White, and Royal Blue, as the president. Yes, so and she looks like she's doing a fucking phenomenal job here. Oh my god, it looked so badass, and I'm so excited to watch it. It's only a month and a half away. I want to say, oh my god.
Oh yeah, isn't it the week of my birthday? Wait, when is
When's your birthday again?
July
2nd.
Oh, never mind. That's not my. I mean, it's July 23rd, but so it's not the week.
Close enough. Same month.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you said in July 20 something. Well, I guess.
No. I thought too, but I think they changed it. I'm pretty sure they moved it up, so it's July 2nd.
Cool. We start off this episode with Dom covering Babe's eyes.
Yeah.
And he got a surprise for her. And it's a puppy!
It's a puppy!
It's such a cute, it's actually a really cute puppy. I was kind of obsessed with it.
He was it was such a cute puppy because at one point he's standing there holding the puppy and it's asleep, his eyes are closed as he's holding him. I was like, oh fuck off. I'm about to get dog fever.
There's literally a scene, I think, in the next episode, or the next scene, where he's literally on the table asleep, and he's just curled up asleep. I'm like, you are precious. You're so wrinkly, and I love you.
He looks like a little Scooby-Doo. He could be
He's not a Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's a Great Dane.
Okay, but he could be, you know what I'm saying, right? He's the color of Scooby-Doo, and didn't he have a blue collar on? Do you see what I mean?
I cannot see a collar. I see no collar.
There's no collar.
Hang on, I'm skipping ahead to see if there... Oh, I guess, yeah, he does have a blue collar, but
Yeah, I looked at that and my brain went, Scooby-Doo. You know what I mean? The blue collar, he was cosplaying Scooby-Doo. You know?
Sure. Sure, okay, let's go with that.
He was a puppy cosplaying Scooby-Doo, but he was fucking cute!
He was, the dog was very cute.
And I'm more of a cat person, but sometimes I'll see a dog and I'll go, ah!
Yeah, I like to think of myself as a pet person, in general. Yes, I do have 2 cats, and that's why if one asks cats or dogs, I do say cats, but I do think I'm a pet person overall.
I do miss having a dog, I will say sometimes. Especially a bigger dog. I loved our tiny doggies. They're very cute. But my first dog was a Shiba Inu.
Hey!
And I got this at work the other day because I saw we got him in and I was like, oh, that looks like my first dog. So our first dog was a Shiba Inu, and he was a slightly bigger dog. Obviously, he was more of a medium dog. He wasn't a giant dog, but I could still when I was younger, because he died when I was maybe 7 or 8. So when I was younger, I could lay my head on him and just be like, I'm gonna fall asleep here. That's my dream for having a dog, is just being able to lay on his stomach like that. If I'm getting a dog, I want to be able to do that.
I actually did that with my cat last night. My cat was like resting on like the chair in our living room, like on the back of the chair, and I was sitting there working on my computer, and like she was like kind of like dipping in, and I was kind of like resting my head back, and so like my head was like on her like stomach like a pillow, and we kind of just like sat there until my brother came down and scared her away.
No.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a dog in, it's gonna be a big dog.
You're getting a
I
dog?
have to. No.
Oh. I was like,
if
oh,
I
that's
ever
shocking. You have 2 cats.
would love, but like, if I were to ever get a dog again, because I'm not necessarily a dog person, because it depends on the energy level too. Because if I meet a dog and it just starts jumping, going, oh my gosh, like especially bigger ones, which is funny because I want a bigger one. But if a bigger one is like jumping up and going like, oh my god, I'm like, hi, 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 hi. Like I can't handle the energy sometimes. Like it's very combative with who I am personally, I guess. But because I'm like, I'm the energy one. I need someone who's less energy. But I would love a big dog that I could just be like.
See, I'm the opposite. I would prefer a small dog who could like sit in my lap. Like this dog is very small, very cute. Like I would prefer a dog like that who can just like fall in my lap and like fall asleep on my lap. Like I would, if I were to get a dog, I would want a smaller dog where he could like climb on my lap, just sit there. Because like my cousin, she has like a huge ass dog, and I'm like, this is too big. It's too slobbery. It's kind of a mess. I feel like big dogs are always super energetic as well, where like little dogs are like chill and like, you know. So I would prefer a small dog over a big dog.
They up the street from our old house, we have a family friend, and she always has like at least 2 dogs in the house. Like she always has dogs. But when I was younger, she had a dog named Foster. The cutest thing. It was like a white, maybe a Labrador. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but it was like had short hair. But it was he was pure white. His name was Foster. He was so freaking cute. And whenever I would go and over to her house, whenever me and my mom would go over just to like hang out or have dinner or something like that, because it was like 2-minute walk away. We're like right next to each other. I'd be like, can Foster sleep over? And so like sometimes we would just take Foster home with us. We would just walk him home with us. And he would fall asleep in my bed with me, and I'd fall asleep just on top of him, like like with my head laying on him. And I was like, I love being able to do that with dogs. Just be like hug them to sleep like that. And I do kind of miss having a dog a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like my cats are great, but like they're very don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me right now. So depends, but like I'm a cat person, but I kind of miss I'm getting dog fever lately.
Yeah.
This did not help. The fucking dog in the show.
Yeah. Anyway, Babe, I actually really like her response to this. It's very much like, what the fuck is this? Like, you can't just buy a living animal or like creature that you expect me to take care of without talking with me about it first.
Me too. I really like the way she handled this, because at first I was like, oh, now Dom is sad, but like she does kind of have a point. And then as it went on, and she realized that he actually talked to Dad, things like
which
that,
was great. I really like that.
Sussed it all out. I was like, okay, this is great. I'm a very big fan of like this entire conversation, because mature discussions were had, and everything worked out. I love it. Healthy relationship.
Yeah, because like Babe says, you never buy a pet or something that you require someone to take care of as a gift. Like in any real situation,
I agree.
It's very much a no. But again, I like how Dom talked to the dad and was like, no, and he's like, no, it's fine. Like, I mean, both Babe and Teerak love dogs; they'll take care of him. And like got the permission from like the family and everything. Because it's not really her dog per se; it's more like the family dog now.
Yeah. Because when it goes to live with her, it's living with everyone.
So Teerak comes out and sees the dog, and he's like obsessed already.
Yeah, he's a big dog lover with Snoopy and everything.
Yeah. And he decides to name it Mokro.
I'm gonna call it Mook.
Mook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I cannot pronounce that for the life of me.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those words where it's like some of them are kind of hard to say in Thai, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
I've tried.
So then the next morning, Teerak is seeing the dog who's sitting on the table and just like sleeping. It's adorable.
Being cute.
And he has his pink Snoopy. And he's trying to figure out a name for the pink Snoopy as well. He's like, what should we name this? Anyway, then Muenfah calls Teerak. And he's like, oh wait, and he picks up Mokro and goes outside to introduce him to Muenfah. And he's like, look, we got a new dog, isn't it so cute? And he's like, which dog? This dog? the pink dog, or you.
Or you, puppy.
Yeah. And then he's like, no, I meant the dog. And he's like, I think the dog's cute, but I think you're more adorable.
Smooth with all the lines.
So smooth. He's now become smooth. Like, it's like, before he had to practice, now he's like, just like...
Now he's like, I'm sure that this man likes me back. So, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna let it all out.
No holding back now.
No holding back, no nervousness. I know you like me, so I'm gonna say everything.
Yeah. So then they're outside, and Trock's just walking the dog, walk around, and Muenfah's staring at Trock the entire time.
Yeah, literally, like, can't keep his eyes off him.
No. And then Muenfah brings him back to the dessert place for their date, because he knows that Trock likes desserts. And they start eating. And Trock feeds him and asks if he likes it, and he's like, I like everything my boyfriend likes.
Ooh. I want boba now. Every time they drink boba, I want boba.
Yeah. So then at the mall, I guess Muenfah is looking for shampoo and soap and stuff. And so Trock like, hey, what about these? And he's like, okay. And he starts picking like everything from the shelf. Like he starts taking like one of each like color from the shelf. And then Trock's complaining about his shoes, or he put on the wrong socks. And he's like, okay, let's go buy you some new shoes.
See, this was what I zoned out for a second here, and then I zoned back in when he was like, oh, we need to get you new shoes. And I was like, did he spill something? What the fuck happened? Like, but no, apparently they're just, he didn't.
Yeah, his socks were like, he wore the wrong socks or something, and he got some new shoes.
Damn. I wish I had that kind of money.
Well, he had a rich boyfriend, that's why.
That's true, that's true. I wish I had, I'm sorry, I wish I was dating someone rich is what I'd rather say. Yes. Because, like, if I was walking around work yesterday going, my feet hurt, if I just went, I know, I'll just hop next door and just buy some new fancy shoes. Easy. The most comfortable shoes I could buy. Oh, I wish.
Yeah. And Trock tries to thank him, but Muenfah's like, you don't need to do that, just give me a hug instead, and he does. And then at Muenfah's house, Real shows up.
Side note, can I say I do like the shoes?
Oh yeah, the shoes were cool.
The shoes are very cool. They didn't look comfy, but apparently they're the comfiest, and I like that. That they look snazzy, but also are comfy.
So, Real sits down with Muenfah, and Muenfah's like, what's wrong? And he's like, look, I'm kind of in a fight with Hia. You know? Like, you know, he started doing stuff, now I'm doing it back, and now he's mad, and this whole thing, it sucks.
Just talk to each other, you dumbasses!
Yeah.
Communication! We should make a shirt and sell it that just says communication on it.
Yeah.
That's literally in every fucking show we watch. We just go, hello, communication.
Well, except for Muenfah and Teerak. They're the only ones who do communicate.
That's because he's the most green flag human being I've ever seen in my life.
That's true. And Muenfah, he literally says, look, just be honest with yourself and your feelings for him. Communicate them, is what he pretty much says.
Because he's green flag. He says the right words. He doesn't even say the wrong words. He doesn't even give him bad advice. He gives him the exact perfect advice. Well,
he literally, also, like, I'm shocked Real doesn't take this, because literally, Muenfah did this, and he's now in that relationship with
And he's
Teerak.
very happy. So, that should clue you in.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah. This is what you will get.
Yeah.
Living proof.
So then the next morning, Muenfah is making breakfast, but gets a call from Hia. He ignores it. And then Teerak apparently is there as well. And Hia called again, so this time Teerak doesn't answer, as Teerak deals with the food. And Hia also tries to explain the situation to him, but he phrases it as his friend and his other friend.
And his other friend.
His friend's friend is going through something.
So my friend and my friend's friend are going through some shit. He's like, oh, yeah, so are they now? Okay.
Yeah, but Muenfah knows, he's like, this is about you and Real, right? And he's like, no, of course not.
No. He's like, I just talked to him yesterday. This is about you too, okay?
But he's also half focused because Teerak is apparently very bad at cooking. And he's like, no, stop. And he ends up hanging up on Hia and to help Teerak.
It was so funny because he thought he was giving him a heart instead of being like, this is what I should use, right? Like, this is what I should use. But he's like, and he's like, okay, no, not that. Not that. That's sugar. goes to break the noodles in half. I'm like, honey,
No, stop.
honey. Please let him do it.
Yeah.
He'll teach you, I'm sure. But like for now, just let him do it. We need edible food.
So then we get a cute little montage where Muenfah is giving Teerak like a chocolate shake and strawberry cake. He puts one of the strawberry in his mouth as he feeds him with it.
Looks good.
It does.
I want strawberry cake.
Yeah, they're very cute and cuddly during this whole montage.
Very.
But then what's less cute and less cuddly is Hia at a different bar.
At a rival bar, apparently.
She's at a different bar and he starts downing drinks.
Yeah. I was like, literally, when he started doing it, when he was like asking for drinks and stuff, I was like, usually he asks Real for these. Where the fuck are you, bro? Like, why aren't you like begging Real for drinks like you usually do?
Yeah, it took me a second to realize. I was like, oh shit, he's at a different place. And then later finding out it's
Yeah.
a rival's place. I was like, ooh, that's scandalous.
Bro's really like ditching and trying to like deal
Yeah.
with this on his own. Communicate, please.
So back with Muenfah and Teerak, Teerak had apparently fallen asleep while working on his homework. And Muenfah takes him upstairs to his bed and kind of puts him to sleep. And then he calls Babe. And he lets her know, he's like, hey, Teerak fell asleep. I can take him home when he wakes up. And Babe's like, actually, it's late. It's fine. He can spend the night with you.
No, really? Don't make me regret it.
I know. I was like, oh, I was shocked that she let him do that.
Yeah. She's learning to let go a little bit.
Which is good.
But still being protective, and I love that.
Yeah. So Real gets a call from Hia, but Hia's passed out, and the bartender's like, hey, pick up your friend, he's wasted.
Yeah.
Then back with Teerak, he wakes up. And he's like, oh shit, it's late. Dad's gonna be mad, mom's gonna punch me, Babe, I don't know what she's gonna do. But Muenfah comes in and he's like, don't worry, I already talked to them, it's fine.
He's got his glasses on.
He does. Yes, he's in his night attire.
Night attire.
Yes. And he's like, do you want to go back to bed or do you want to take a shower first? And he's like, I'll take a shower because I just found out it was late and it kind of woke me up. So then, with Hia, who is passed out, this guy, Pei, shows up and kind of wakes him up. He's like, oh wow, you're very drunk. Do you need a ride home? Come with me. Being very touchy-feely.
Yeah, being creepy and predatory.
Yes. I think in my reaction, I compared him to like their O. Like he's kind of like the O in their. I guess we don't actually know this guy, but like that's what I'm guessing.
I see that. He also said like he says something when Real pops up. He's like, keep him out of my bar, keep him at your bar, something like that. So this is like his rival, I guess, in the bar.
Yeah, he's like the owner of this bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Real does come in and he like push him away. He's like, what are you doing to him? Don't touch him. And he's like, I wasn't doing anything. He's just, here. And he says, oh, yeah, why didn't you tell me you were with someone? And Real once again, like, kind of like push him away.
Stop
like,
touching him. Fuck off.
He's like, don't touch.
Mine, no touchy.
Yeah. And Pei tells him to make sure his friend gets home safely. And Real kind of wakes up Hia. Hia's like, no, I want to drink more. So he just picks him up and carries him out of the bar. Then with Teerak and Muenfah, Teerak is kind of freaking out. He's now wearing Muenfah's pajamas. And he's like, okay, why am I nervous? We've shared a bed before. But he's like freaking out and kind of like peeks over and like Muenfah's like staring right at him. And he's like, hi. And he quickly gets into bed and he's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna go sleep.
Oh my god. I mean, makes sense because like, yeah, you have shared a bed with Muenfah before, but also last time you shared a bed with him, there was some making out involved. And so he's probably like, like he's probably nervous.
But I think it's different that like now they're also now together. Like this is now officially they're together, and it's also like again it's kind of like in the last, but when like he was awkward when he first came to his house. He's like, I've been here before, but now that they're together, it's awkward. So it's like
exactly.
There's like there's like a underlining moment now.
There's a underlying there, and he's like, before I said I wasn't ready for the other thing, and like now we're in the same bed, and things have
So,
happened before, so like this is new territory, but also not new territory, and it's like a whole bunch of things where he's like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna go to sleep. Good night.
So Muenfah leans in and gives him a little kiss on the forehead and says goodnight as they both go to sleep. So then Real takes Hia back to his place, and Hia, I guess, thinks he's in his own place and starts trying to strip down. And Real's like, nope, and throws him in the bathroom. Afterwards, Hia's still kind of out of it as he's changed pajamas, and he's like, why are you still here? And Real's like, this is my place.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, do you kidnap me or something? How did I get here?
You were drunk off your ass.
Yeah. And Real starts yelling at him, and he's like, you had the audacity to get drunk at my rival's bar? Like, what if something happened to you?
Yeah, bro.
And he was like, look, mind your own business. And Real's like, no, I was worried about you.
Yeah, I'm minding your business.
Yeah, and he grabs Real's collar, and he's like, stop playing with my feelings. You're the reason I'm like this.
Oh. I mean, fair. He is always the one that's like, like teasing him, like, oh, like let's do something that they're doing. They're a couple. Let's do that. Like he's always the one initiating shit, and it's gotten to a point where Real's like, oh, I kind of want him to do that.
Yeah.
And so it's his fault.
And Real's like, I'm not, and I never was. And then he kind of like gives in, and he's like, no, fine, it is my fault. And he pushes him to the ground.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And there's like an awkward moment of silence before Real does apologize for that. And then
yeah. I mean, that's very much like a not okay thing to do when you like someone, but like also I do like the fact that they didn't just be like all pushed and be like, oh my bad, and then like move on. It was something that they continued to think about throughout the episode of like, oh shit, that happened. That was not a good thing that happened. So I'm glad that they did pinpoint that as like, this is not a good thing that happened.
Yeah, it was also like, in Real's defense, you know, he was very much like in his face, and he would like grab him by the collar, and it's like,
yeah,
you know, a little push. Like it's like he obviously didn't get hurt or anything. It was just like the action of he physically pushed him away.
And people fight. Oh my god, I forgot to go into my synopsis of the new 911, which I'm not going to, because we're in the middle of this. But I will say there was a scene in the new episode that's become a weird point of contention with like the two shipping groups. Not on our side, because we have media literacy. I don't want to like down Buck and Tommy shippers, but like some of them are being like literally horrible about it. They're Buck and Eddie got into a fight because they're both upset that Bobby's dead, in quotes, because I still don't believe he is. And they're both grieving, and they get into a fight in the kitchen, and at one point, like, Buck says something, and then, like, Eddie kind of, like, grabs him by the shirt a little bit and, like, points at him, like, don't say that, like, please don't say something like that, and he lets go, and he turns around, and he's just like, this is what happened when I first got the call, like, and I've been going through this alone, and, like, they kind of talk through it for a second, but then he kind of runs out and leaves. And all the people who ship Buck and Tommy, who a lot of them are not like great. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sure some of you are. But like, there's a lot of people out there who are being assholes about it and are like, you want him to be with him? No, that's so abusive. He's so abusive. And I'm like, people aren't allowed to have arguments? They're both grieving. They're both in a bad headspace. And so, and then the next scene, a couple scenes later, Eddie comes back after picking his son up from the airport going, I heard some dick was being mean to you. I'm sorry. Here's my kid to make you feel better. And it's a whole thing. But like, he's like, I brought my son to California because I know you miss him too. I'm really sorry. I know you've been feeling alone too, just like I have been, so let's all sit down and have a family dinner. And I'm like, you guys are calling this man abusive? Like, they're both grieving. They've had an argument. Someone even hacked into IMDb and changed his character's name to Abuser in the cast list. And I'm like, okay, y'all are getting to a point where this is a little too fucking much. Like, are you guys okay? Or are you just like it's starting to piss me off. Like, I was like, starting off with that ship, I was like, I'm gonna give everyone the benefit of a doubt for shipping them because they're kind of together right now, and even though they broke up, people can ship who they want to ship. I'm never gonna fault you for shipping who you want to ship, but don't be an asshole about it and attacking other people for their ship. Like, let's all be civil. is my whole thing. I even told my mom when I woke up, I was like, Mom, people are calling Eddie an abuser for the fight last night in the kitchen. And she was like, why? That's life. People fight. People argue. It's even like friendships, relationships, whatever it is. People fight. People argue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for the sound advice. Like some people just like stagger me. Like it's also coming from a place of racism, honestly, because this is the only Hispanic man on the show that they're calling the abuser. And they're not calling the other guy who was a dick to a lot of their friends in his early episodes a horrible man either. Like they're not calling any of those mistakes or anything like that. They're like just like, oh, people change. I'm like, what? like he hasn't. He has not said at all in a way that he's changed. He still behaves kind of similar to how he did back then. He's changed a little bit, but there's some similarities to how he behaved back then. He's still misogynist, and you guys aren't clicking that. Like it's very much just like it's got an underlying level of racism and just assholery, and it's starting to piss me off, which you can tell. But like I wanted to bring that up because I was like, similar in a way. Like people fight, people argue, things are done in the heat of the moment that can happen. As long as there's not a pattern and you see what's been done and you recognize it and change it and it doesn't happen again, that's not abuse, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I that was my original point I'm circling back to, is that I do like that they fixated on it and went, this is not a good thing.
Yeah, this was like, yeah, it wasn't like a let's move on. It was like a this is gonna linger for a bit.
Yeah.
And we kind of see, like, even what he had said to Real, it, like, kind of sick to him. Because he says afterwards, he's like, if you want me to stay out of it, then fine. Spend the night here, because I don't want you going home in the state. And then he kind of just, like, leaves him be.
It really helps, because not only does it make them, go like, oh, this was not a good thing that happened, the fact that it's not a good thing that happened is a good catalyst to go from, like, oh, things have gotten to such a boiling point that you've shoved me to the ground. Like, I think it's time to talk about it. Like, I think we've gotten to a point where we can't walk past it anymore.
Well, they don't talk about it yet.
Exactly, they don't talk about it yet, but I'm hoping it becomes a catalyst where they're like, we need to fucking talk about it.
Well, it's kind of like,
this is too much.
In The Next Prince, which we talked about earlier, I was talking about with, not Kieran. What's the name? Kanin, thank you.
I got there.
Kanin. It's kind of like with Kanin, like when he found out that, he's the prince and everything, like he went through the emotions, he went through it, and then he got to the point where he can, like, sit down and talk about it and have, like, a rational conversation. I feel like they're in the going through their emotions and going through their feels, and hopefully in the next episode or two or whenever, they will be able to be like, okay, let's talk about this.
And honestly, it would not be healthy if they just, like, said, you know what, it's okay, it's fine, let's just get it over with right now, because then it would be kind of like shoving your emotions down. And I talked about that in my 911 reaction recently, about, like, how people weren't acting like they should have been, how it feels like they're shoving their emotions down. And I'm like, fair if that's your instinct, but talking about things is a lot healthier. Feeling your emotions is a lot healthier. If you shove your feelings down and pretend you're not feeling them and just go, you know what, you're right, I shouldn't be feeling like this, that's not healthy either. Yeah, like, you should be able to feel whatever you're feeling. Like 2 episodes ago when Shim was like, no, I'm mad at Bobby because he sacrificed himself for me. I'm, like, honestly kind of pissed at him that he's dead because he saved me. And I'm like, you know what? Fair. Like other people don't have to be mad at him. That's fine. If you want to be mad at him in the moment right now, that's okay, because that's what you're feeling. If you shove that down and go and try and convince yourself you're not feeling what you're feeling, that's just not healthy, because then you can't figure out a healthy way to move past it.
Yeah.
So I think that they're on a good track right now. Hopefully this will turn into something that they can use to resolve whatever the fuck is going on.
Yeah. And I do like how afterwards Real leaves and he goes to the couch. He doesn't go to the bed. He goes to the couch, he hugs a pillow, and he cries. And I think it's like,
that's a specific spot. He doesn't want to go in there right now.
He didn't want to share the bed with him. He didn't want to, whether he didn't want to be close to him because he's mad or, like, he's frustrated, or he didn't want Real to, like, he was doing it to, like, save, like, keep Real okay. And, like, I don't know why he did that, but, like, I like that he did, because this shows he's, like, he's trying to respect the boundaries now that kind of non-verbally been said.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Teerak wakes up to a phone call, and it's Muenfah's mom, because it's his phone, and she's like, "Hey, I'm back in Thailand," and he's like, "Where did you go? I didn't know you went somewhere."
I zoned in, I think, right at this moment when she said we're back in Thailand, and I went, did she leave? Like, I thought it was his mom for a second. I did not know he answered the wrong phone. Like, did she leave? He's like, why? Where did you go? And she's like, who is this? Isn't this Muenfah? I was like, oh, bitch. Oh, fuck. He answered the wrong.
Yeah, he immediately like starts freaking out, and Muenfah comes in, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like pointing at the phone. He's like, and Muenfah answered it. He's super chill, and he's
Just
like,
chill.
"Yeah,
Chill,
no."
yeah.
Like, and
He's like, hi?
she was like, "Oh," and she's like, "Oh, was that the guy?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was Teerak." And Teerak like, "Oh god." Like
He's
he's
like, oh,
like
God, he's told them about me.
yeah, and he gets all shy. He tries to hide under the covers.
It's so funny.
And Muenfah's
He's
like, "It's
so
fine.
chill
My mom
about
won't
it.
be mad."
So chill about it. Just like, oh, is it? Oh, hey, Mom. What up?
Yeah.
Zero stress.
So then the next morning with Real and Hia, somehow Hia ended up back in the bed.
Maybe he was still slightly drunk and just went there.
I was gonna say he could have wandered, he could have, or maybe like Real, like if he had fell asleep when Real came back, he could have like moved him to the bed.
Could have done it.
I could see
like,
that.
what are you doing on the couch? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, maybe pissed at each other, but sleep on a comfy bed.
Yeah. And Rio wakes up and sees Hia still asleep. It looks like he's gonna like pet his head or like do something, but he decides against it. And instead he just like adjusted the covers for him.
Oh.
And then later we see that he wakes up alone. He thinks back to that night, and he sees his clothes are clean, and there's some medicine for his hangover.
Yeah, we saw like a juxtaposition of things. Like, we saw the heat of the moment, where like a flashback of the heat of the moment where he shoved them down, and then right immediately after, in contrast, we see I'm in clean clothes, the covers are pulled up, and there's medicine on next to me on the bedside table. Like, there's care here. That was like this is what happens when thought is put into it, and this is what happens when it's just immediate reaction. Yeah. So I love that we see that, and it's gonna make him think. I think this stuff like this is gonna make him really like evaluate and think about things.
But we see that Hia doesn't take the medicine. He just writes a note saying I'm leaving, and seemingly leaves after that, which I think is Hia's way of like he's still going through it, and I also think Hia realizes that he fucked up, and he probably think that Real hates him, and he's like, you know what, like I'm gonna like go away. I'm not gonna take this because like I don't want to keep like messing up his life, and like I could see him feeling that way.
This is why communication's healthy, because like I think I'm kind of like Hia in this instance, where I would immediately think things for people, or like decide things for people without consulting them. Like, oh, you know what? You're probably better off without me. I'm gonna go. It's like, whoa, when did I ever say that? But so I definitely see where he's coming from, because I would probably have the same reaction. But this is why I hate reading like miscommunication fanfics, or like anything stories with like miscommunication in it, because I'll be reading it going, oh, this would be solved so fucking fast if you just spoke to each other and realized what each of you was feeling, and then had a healthy discussion about it. But I have done shit from Hia's point of view like that, so I see why he's doing it, and I see the immediate need to be doing it. But if you spoke to each other and had a healthy discussion about what both of you want, while telling the truth, mind you, and not being like, I don't know, like, no, say what you want. If they do, they're gonna figure this out really fast.
Yeah. But it's like you said, like it's easier for us to say, yeah, communicate, just communicate. It will solve all your problems.
Yeah, it's easy for me to say it, but I do it.
But exactly, that's the thing. Like, well, I mean, we give couple shit all the time for not communicating, but like at the end of the day, I mean, you said you go through it. I've gone through that where I don't do that either, and so like it's a lot harder to do in practice than
it's
just
so hard.
Say it. So like
it's so hard to implement.
Like, so we will always give people shit for not communicating, but just know we also get it in that same way. Like, I understand why he and Real aren't communicating. I understand why all the couples we've gave shit to for not communicating weren't communicating.
It's like it's almost like talking about the shows like this is a kind of therapy, Because like
Yeah.
when you go to therapy, you talk about like what you do and like the way you react to things, and it's being like, okay, this is a healthy way to react instead. And so we are talking about it as if like it's therapy. Like, yes, this is a better way to react rather than this. It's just we have to learn how to put it into practice in our own lives because it's actually quite hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as easy as we're making it seem when we talk about it. It's like we have to take our lessons from what we think these characters should be doing and implement it into our daily lives. Because I can look at these characters all day, and when they make a decision, I go, "Bitch, me too, the fuck." But like, I can tell them how to fix it, but I won't do it myself. So I need to start doing it.
Yeah. So then we have Teerak and Muenfah at the mall, and it seems like he's gonna meet the parents.
Yes, I will say it took me a second to realize this was not actually happening. The only I'm gonna blame the sleepiness. Okay, I'm gonna blame the sleepiness, but I'm also gonna blame it on the fact that it wasn't that I thought it was real. It was that I thought it was real, but they were joking. They were fucking with him for like the first like 5, maybe 4 sentences, and then like I went, okay, now the way that no, I don't think Muenfah would like let this slide if they were fucking. Like I was like, hold on, we're getting a little too serious here.
Yeah, so Teerak is nervous, and Muenfah assures him, he's like, "Don't worry, my parents will love you." And so we see, quote unquote, the meeting of the parents, and they're dressed in these very like elegant clothes, and Teerak greets them. He tries to pull out the chair, it squeaks, and they're very annoyed by that.
Like, oh, horrible, horrible, horrible choice because the chair squeaked.
Right away, Muenfah's mom asks, she's like, "What do your parents do for a living?" And he's like, "Well, my dad is a school director, and my mom is a housewife." And they ask, they're like, "Oh, is it for a public school or a private one?" And he's
God.
like,
Besties watch too many dramas.
yeah. And she's like, "Hey, don't stutter, don't stammer, don't like say what you need to say." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Um, and they're like, "If you want to be with my son, then you gotta get better."
Oh God.
And he's like, "Okay." He tries eating something, but then chokes on it. And she is like, "Stop, that was rude. I want you to stop dating my son immediately."
Oh my God.
And Teerak turns to Muenfah,
like,
and Muenfah's just like, "Okay, well, thanks for everything." Bye!
Bye! I was like, yeah, this ain't real. Someone's dreaming.
Yeah. And he like gets down on his knees in front of the mom and tries like beg for forgiveness, and she like pushes him. I honestly thought she was gonna push him out the window because there's like a glass window right there.
Me too. I thought it was gonna break or something. I was like, damn, this is gonna do bad.
Yeah. And the parents and Muenfah start laughing at him, and Lee in the dream, but then in reality, wakes him up and is like, "Are you good?"
Yeah. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah. So that was all in his head, which I quickly put together. I was like, "Wait, there's no way."
Yeah. It took a couple sentences longer than I would have liked for me to realize that it was fake, but I eventually did. I was too tired to be like, oh, they would never.
Yeah. So then they actually arrive. They meet the parents.
And they're perfect.
His dad refers to Teerak as naughty baby.
Oh my God, that was like, I would have cringed so fucking hard. I would have been like, please tell me you don't know what that, no.
I did, but I also laughed, and I like the fact that it shows that they're, like, despite the fact they're very, like, big businessy people, like, they were able to tease and make like, have, like, fun with him. Which I did really like, and I think that really broke the tension a bit.
Yeah, it's very, break the tension was a perfect way to describe it. I was going to describe it similar. Just, like, an easy way for him to, like, put him at ease and be like, oh no, we're comfortable people. You can be comfortable around us.
He ends up calling Muenfah's mom auntie, and she's like, "Oh, you're not calling me mom again?" And he's like, "Right, my bad, I'm sorry."
It's like, no, not mad. Like, but you gotta keep calling me mom, or I will be.
Yeah, she's like, "You gotta keep calling me mom."
Like, oh, okay, yeah, this is much better. This is great.
Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, Fa always talks about you." And he kind of whispers, he's like, "Oh, this, like, is this okay?"
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, oh, because I'm a guy. And the dad's like, look, like, we don't really give a shit. Like, what matters to us is that Muenfah's happy. And that person he loves makes him happy.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you. Thank you very much.
And the mom chimes in and she's like, yeah, like, as long as Muenfah's happy, that's fine. And you just made us realize that our son has been living his happiest life.
See, you know what's interesting is how society kind of changes things. Because I want to say, like, when we first started out with the podcast, when I first started watching BLs in general, I was like, oh, they're touching on, like, the whole it's two men thing. Okay, great. Like they would be like, oh, it's okay with me, or it's not okay with me, but it will be, kind of thing. Like, they have it in, like, most BLs, like, of how the parents react to it being two men. And it's sometimes, like, I think I started to get a little, like, repetitive at one point. And because I was like, well, I hear this all the time. As long as it's good, great. Like, and it's usually what it would be. Like, it started to be like, oh, we don't care. And there usually started to not be any, like, anyone against it, especially in the lighter shows.
Like this
and
one.
Yeah, like this one. And I started, and so at some point I started to be like, okay, we don't need to touch on it all the time. Like, it's normal now. Like, it's like, it's a normal thing. It's fine. But I will say, in the last year, things have happened in this country where it started to become more of a focal point in my brain of, like, am I safe talking to this person? Am I comfortable talking to this person about my sexuality? Am I comfortable talking to this person about my sexuality? Can I bring it up at all? Like, there's always these little things in my head over the last year that it's like, I'm starting to get a little more worried about shit in general. So now that it's popping up again, or now that it keeps popping up in BLs, it's like society currently, where I live, has changed my view again. And I watch these shows and stuff like that pops up and go, oh, thank fuck. Thank you. Like, I don't see it as, like, a repetitive thing anymore. Because, like, my brain subconsciously wants it. Like, I need it to feel sane at the moment. So it's interesting how, like, societal changes around you and your personal life can change the way you view TV. I just found that as an interesting little, like, just something to keep an eye on, I guess. Because, again, like, what was I talking about before? I don't know if it was Bliss or something else. But I was like, it's interesting how differently I view things from how I used to, kind of thing. Just, even if it's the same shit, even if it's something I created. Like, going back and looking at it, it's like, wow, I've changed as a person.
Well, that's just growing up in general, I feel like.
That's growing up, that's growing up in general, but it's also, like, any outside forces that, as you grow, come in towards you. So it's just interesting how recently things have changed for me, too, and I didn't even fully realize it until I, saw something like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to move to Thailand, is what I'm getting at.
That's basically what I'm hearing.
I'm just that's what I picked up on. Is that Thailand's a lot better than here, and I think we should move there. Just saying.
I think we should fuck right off.
Oh, I so badly want to. Anyway, so after the dinner scene, Muenfah and Teerak part ways with the family. Teerak kind of confesses to Muenfah that he's worried that his parents won't react the same way as his parents did.
It's interesting because we haven't fully seen their opinion at all. Honestly.
Well, I mean,
they seem nice.
I think it's gonna be fine. Like, I have like,
yeah.
like from what I've seen, I have like no. I feel like it's gonna go the exact same way here. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, I never had any worries going into it. I think he's giving me a little more reason to worry by constantly worrying about it, but I think that's just him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's just paranoid because he was paranoid with meeting their parents too, and we knew and we knew how they were. So like, I feel like it's just he's in his own head.
Yeah. From what we've seen of his parents, we've not seen a single negative thing about them. They just seem very sweet.
I mean, his dad watched a fucking BL series, for crying out loud.
Yeah, bro, he literally watched a BL series.
Then again, it was Naughty Babe, so like,
it was Naughty Babe, so red flag.
Plot twist: Naughty Babe made him homophobic.
Please, oh my god, that's so funny.
That would be hilarious.
That would be so funny. He's like, well, I was fine, but then I watched Naughty Babe.
Yeah, like everything was fine till this showed up. I was like, honestly,
you shouldn't have taught me how to use this app, bro.
So then that night, Teerak texts Babe and is saying, I'm spending another night at Muenfah's house. Because he still needs to finish his project. And Muenfah enters, and Teerak notices he has a tattoo on, like, the back of his neck, or upper back, or wherever. And he, like, you know, gets up and turns him around because he wants to read it. And it says, I'm your sky, and you're my sea.
Your sky, but
There's been a lot of your skies this fucking show. The bar, the
I
tattoo, the soccer team or football team, like...
Damn, like, why are there so many?
I feel like you were trying to figure out what to name your sky after, so they named it after a bunch of different shit. Just to, like, just throw it in there whenever they can.
As they go through the show, they're like, oh, let's just name it this. And then they went through, oh, you know what would be a better idea? Name it this.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what would be a better idea? What about after this? It's like, oh, fuck. We have too many
Well, I think this was the best one because he literally says, that's us.
Yeah.
Like, which is, like, you know,
We're
the main point. So it's like, this is the You're a Sky that I look for, I guess.
So basically, like, we are the horizon kind of thing.
Yeah, we are where the sky and sea meet.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind people getting tattoos for, like, loved ones, especially, like, if you're dating. But as long as it's not a name. What I would say is, like...
Well, it's not a name.
Because I have a... Exactly. Because I have a matching tattoo with my cousin, who I haven't spoken to in a year, but whenever I look at it, I'm like, the time that we had before everything went down was wonderful, and I would not trade that for anything, and I'm so glad I had her during that time kind of thing. So that's my loophole for never regretting a tattoo. It's like, I think about it in terms of the time I got it, and if it meant something to me at that moment in time.
Yeah, you think of the memories, not the actual thing.
Yeah. I would never get someone's name tattooed, because that's a little different. But something that meant something to you in that time, maybe like a dialogue like that, like words or a symbol, then absolutely, because then you can look back on it and go, those were fun times before everything went to shit. But those were fun times. So
then Muenfah kisses Teerak.
And he gives him.
Yeah, and he sits down on the bed, and Muenfah can kind of like read the situation. He's like, you're ready now? Yes.
Oh, we're ready for some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And then hot damn.
Yeah.
Man, oh my god, like, I was like, again, I was zoning out a little bit because I was like, oh, well, there's no dialogue, there's space, I know what's happening, they're fucking, but, like, also, at one point I zoned in, and I was like, with his teeth?
Yes, with his teeth. It's funny, because this is more, like, of a slow, like, making love more than hot damn, I'd say.
Absolutely.
But, like, there are things, like, when he does get to the pants, and he does it with his teeth, I was like, that?
I was like, hey, I mean, it can be making love and you still have a little bit of fun.
I mean, yeah, no, that's like, really, that's great, because it's like a good mix of, like, slow lovemaking with, like, little, like, spice and, like, it gives the same vibe as ripping a condom open with your teeth as well. Like,
yeah.
it does. It's like, you rip it open with your teeth.
On discussions of, like, types of sex, one of my favorites to, like, read or see in TV shows, like, especially, like, I read more smut than I see, sex in TV shows. So, like, fanfic-wise, I would say. One of my favorites to, like, read or experience is giggly sex. Like, what, like, when you're, like, when you're kind of, like, fumbling and just being, like, just talking to each other while all this shit is going down and just, like, laughing about shit, like, oh my god, you're such a doof, like, while you're doing shit, like, it feels like it takes the pressure off when when all that's happening. Like, you're just having fun with someone you're close to, like a best friend or something like that. Yeah. Because, like, the person you're dating probably is on some level a best friend to you. So it's more like you're hanging out and having fun with your best friend than you are, like, nervously or, like, very seriously doing something like that. Making love is great, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that has its merits too, and it does when I read fanfics like that, because, sometimes you need that emotional connection. But, like, giggly sex and just like talking to each other while all this shit is going down, and it's fucking cute. Okay, like, I feel so comfortable reading shit like that. That's adorable. That's my favorite kind of sex.
Yeah, and I will say, sex. While they do the lovemaking, they're a lot like smiling and like, like very, very like.
Yeah,
cute,
when
like,
they were smiling,
giggles.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. And that's where the episode ends.
Oh, on the hot damn / making love / giggling.
So who was the MVP for this episode? It took a while, but I think I got a pretty solid one.
I think I've got one.
3, 2, 1.
Muenfah.
Muenfah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It took me a second too. Because like everyone kind of had their like. It wasn't that everyone had their little moments. It's that everyone was like going through something in this episode. But Muenfah honestly was like a steady presence for everyone, aside from Hia, who he had to stop talking to because Teerak was gonna burn down the kitchen.
Yeah.
But he gave advice to Real. He tried to give advice to Hia. He was cool, calm, and collected whenever Teerak was freaking out about his parents or anything like that. He stepped up his game because he felt comfortable with Teerak now that they're in their relationship.
Yeah.
He was like, again, green flag all the way through.
I agree with everything you said. I would also like to add the fact that when Teerak fell asleep, he called Babe and let her know and gave her that info, and like she was like, yeah, no, it's fine, you can spend the night. And then when he woke up, he told him, he's like, look, yeah, no, your Babe said it's fine, it's chill, like, don't worry.
What a green flag man. What a green flag fucking man.
Swear.
Jesus. Holy shit. Everything he doesn't make mistakes. He's a perfect human being.
He really is.
We've never come across one of those before. I was close to when I was trying to decide, I was maybe gonna pick Babe just for the beginning scene of like her handling it pretty well.
Well, I was gonna pick Dom for how he actually handled that as well.
Actually, because I was doing that. I was looking at both of them and going, ooh, I was like looking at them and I was like, I mean, I could pick them for the whole episode, but also I was like, I think we had a few scenes with Babe now that I think about it. Or not Babe, Muenfah, where he was doing a lot of good shit. So
yeah. Okay, are you ready for your grade?
Yeah, it's gonna suck from the one scene because I realized it was a dream and I should still get that.
I will say when I was watching it, I figured it was like a dream or fake or something, but I didn't tell you that because I
I know I can tell.
I didn't want to because then I feel like it would spoiled it. But
no, you had to go. It seems serious.
I did. I was like, it was in Teerak's mind. Anyway, the first vibe was puppy. You said Teerak. I ended up giving it to you because I felt like it was more the family's dog rather than just Babe's.
Yes.
Second one with Hot Damn, you said Muenfah and Teerak. That was correct. And then for the quote, stop dating my son immediately, you said Teerak's mom. It was Muenfah's mom, but it was a dream, so it's all fine. Okay. So when I was watching the promo, the subtitles were super delayed. So it was hard to figure out who said what, but I think I figured it out after a while. Okay. So if this is wrong, I do apologize. But the first one is a quote. What do you expect my lover to be?
What do you expect? Are we touching more on Lee and his relationship with Una Ringer? Maybe I'm gonna say Lee because maybe they find out that Lee is maybe dating someone and he's just like who would you expect or something like that. I'll say that. I'll go off book and say
that. The next one is a reconcile through letter. Someone reconciles through a letter.
Oh, okay. Well, there's only one couple who needs to reconcile right now. I'll say Hia. I'll say Hia writes a letter. Yeah. I feel like he needs to. He's the one that needs to think about things, I think.
And the last one is another quote. Can friends flirt with each other?
It's gotta be Hia and Real, bro.
Well, who says that?
What? Oh, what?
It's a quote I said.
Okay, I'm gonna change my last answer then to Real, and I'm gonna make this one Hia.
Okay, so Hia said, "Can you flirt or friend flirt or whatever?"
Yeah, because I feel like Real is the one who's been like flirted with this whole time by him, and I think that Hia needs to realize, oh, friends don't actually do that, do they? My bad.
Okay, and then Real does the letter.
And Real does the letter, I think. I think Real does the letter, and maybe that clues Hia in a little bit and goes, oh, I think I like this guy. Like,
okay.
Maybe. That's okay. A guess. Obviously.
Well, those are your vibes, and grade is set.
Yay.
So join us next week where we will be recapping Your Sky episode 10.
Woo!
Double digits.
Double digits. We're almost there.
Yeah. So we will see you all then.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.